is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump into continue screen share. So I'll go through several information type topics, and then we'll have a little chat back and forth, questions. So write down your questions as I go through, and then I'm happy to come back and answer. So we'll go ahead and start that now.
I do have, oh, there you go. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
All righty. All right, now I want to ask, can everybody see the 9 tips group? Okay. All righty. Now, first up, the class, we're going to have 9 tips. Okay, and I usually add in some super tip alerts. And then again, we always have question and answer as well. And everybody and Nancy and a few of you that have been in my trainings know I never start one without having a vocabulary lesson. Okay, so first off is profiles. Those are your face. Okay, on your profile pictures, have your lovely face in there. People, when they come to your profile and want to check you out, they're looking for you, not your puppy or your kitty or anything. They're looking for you to connect with you, especially if you're running a business. So personal profiles, they're about food, family, and fun. Okay, that's what your profile should contain. Pages. Facebook business pages are for conducting business. Okay, that's the way that people are going to reach out to you and find out about your product or your service. So think of your page, if you had a storefront, okay, and people are walking by, those are your fans, and anyone on Facebook, they're coming by and they are looking in your window. So make sure that your banner, okay, on your page is inviting and it explains or at least has something to do with your business, okay? And groups. Groups are for people to join, okay? You can't comment, you can't share, you can't do anything in a group unless you're a member of it. So I know a lot of people that like to create groups and they're like, you know, well, I don't have a lot of interaction and, you know, this or that. And I'm like, that's because even though it's a public group, you still have to join it. I'm grouped out, okay? I don't join groups. I appreciate the invitation and I will usually message you and explain that to you, but I just don't join any group. A group should be for persons who want to be there to see your service, my trainings, okay, things like that. Groups are just not to use to, if you're going to use it for your product or service, just make sure that you know that your page fans and followers, those are the ones you should entice to come into your group. Those are the ones that you want to give the special VIP discounts, the special alerts, the special free trainings, things of that nature. So keep that in mind. All right, and all right, your intro. So on your personal profile, you have a section where you can connect with people with your intro. And you want to make sure that that includes information about your business. Okay, if you're an MLM, you do not want your intro to have a link to the corporate office. Okay, that's a big no-no. Because if I come to your profile and the very first thing I see is that you're 31 gifts or Mary Kay, and I click on that link and it takes me to the corporate website or their page, if I'm not savvy enough to realize that, I may place an order on the corporate website. So make very sure that that link is directly to you. All right, it's extremely important. Okay, again, you want to make sure that your page, okay, shows up on your personal profile. That's your business. That's where you want to take people to shop and get to know you and look at your store. So make sure that you go in, you can hover in your intro, you can edit that, and make sure that it shows up as a link to you. All right. Also in your description, you know, it's always fun to, you know, put in, you know, that you're an entrepreneur or self-employed, but make it something that if I'm scrolling through and we connect here today and I come over to your intro and I see your picture, so I can put, you know, Angie's face, you know, and I can say, oh, that's the right person. I recognize her, you know, from the group. And this is what she does. Oh, that's pretty cool. You know, it just doesn't say entrepreneur. It actually says something, hey, she does this or she does that. And then make sure your links are to your business. Okay. All right, so again, what you want people to know about you, it's perfectly fine to have, you know, I'm a busy grandma of 6 and, you know, I live in the wonderful mountains. Those you can have in your intro, that's perfectly fine, but make sure, you know, on down in your business links that yours is there. Okay. Okay, a super tip alert. So Facebook wants you to interact on other business pages. Okay, it's a social network. So Facebook expects you to be social. And it's not always easy to do, and we all have our time limitations. But again, Facebook wants you to go to other business pages, okay? So it can be friends, it can be local businesses. That's huge, especially if your business is geared towards local. Okay, so I know that's some of the discussion I've had with, you know, Nancy and Eric about, you know, Indiana-based businesses. So, you know, find out. You can go up into your Facebook search bar and you can actually search for, you know, small businesses and then your zip code. So go to their pages, like them, and then interact with them. You know, say, oh my gosh, you know, you'll find restaurants, gyms, you know, all sorts of business pages to interact with. So that's one way to get involved in the community, because that's where you're going to find, you know, some great fans and customers. You're going to want to make sure that when you're on their pages, give them some love, give them one of the care emojis or a wow. If you don't know it, just clicking the like does not count towards their page activity or towards yours. It's a very generic, you know, just kind of hit and run emoji. So make sure that you use the other emojis, the love, care, laugh, or a wow. Facebook actually rates those. Okay, they have a rating system on their emoji. Try not to use the sad and the hate emoji. Those are considered negative responses. So if you're doing a lot of that, a lot of sads and, you know, a lot of the angries, Facebook says, you know, this is a negative Nelly and we're just not gonna, you know, push her stuff out, which is your reach. Okay, so we all want a really good reach number. So don't use those unless it's, you know, inappropriate. Someone notifies you, you know, their pet passed over the rainbow or something like that. But again, limit those responses. You have to give to receive. So, make sure that you're spending, if it's 20 minutes a day, it doesn't have to be all at the same time. It can be 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, where you're going and interacting with other business pages. If you comment, make
Sarah,
sure.
can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Sorry. You're saying go from your business page and interact with other business pages?
Personal
Just to
page.
clarify, or my personal page?
Yes, your personal profile should be how you're interacting with other business pages.
Okay.
A lot of business pages don't allow other pages to comment. It can get a little dicey on that. They may think that you're there trying to, get their customers or
solicit business. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So always interact with other pages as you.
Personal page. Okay. Got it.
Yes.
Just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Yeah. Great question. Okay. So, and when you comment, so I'm on my local pizza parlor page, and they're having a Friday margarita pizza special. And I always make sure I comment, oh my gosh, that's my favorite pizza. Can't wait to come in and enjoy. Okay, you want it to be at least 5 words or more. The Facebook algorithms, okay, are looking for that spread of words, like a full sentence. So if you just hit them, with a wow, or in the comments, something really simple, like, that's good. Facebook isn't seeing you still as being social. They're seeing you as just kind of dropping in and getting out really quick. So they want to see that sentence formed in the comments on that other page, okay, that you're really being, a social Sarah, okay? All righty. And as we just kind of mentioned with the spamming, okay, so just because someone is on your page, profile, or group even, if they like it, they leave a comment, that does not give you the right to pop over into their messenger and try to sell them on your product or service, okay? They're there being social. Learn to interact, okay? Learn to say, hey, Sarah, that was great. I'm glad you like our margarita pizzas. How do you usually get yours? Thin crust, hand tossed. Ask them. You want to engage them in that conversation. And this kind of one of my pet peeves is on pages. If I comment and I ask you a question, hey, what do you, what's all the ingredients that you put on your pizza? If I don't get a response, that is a pet peeve to me. If I'm asking that page a question, I want to know that they're going to answer me. All right, and they should do it in the comments, because that's going to increase their reach. All right, because Facebook is going to pick up on that, and it's going to bring. It actually helps. So if they comment back to me, then that helps on their reach to people that I'm also connected with. Okay, so Facebook sees that as, hey, Sarah was interested in the local pizza shop. So what we're going to do is we're going to show her local friends that pizza shop as well. So that may, that could pop up in my local's newsfeed, and they say, oh, she goes to, XYZ Pizza on Fridays for margarita pizza. Okay. All right. We'll talk about this a little further on, but Messenger is, you have to be very careful what you put in your Messenger, because that's actually regulated by FCC. That's a communication. It's an app, a standalone app. So that is actually regulated. And you want to make sure that before you put any type of sales information in there, that the person has to request it. Okay, they have to specifically ask for it before you can send that out. If any of you work with Mobile Monkey or ManyChat or any of the automated response type softwares, that is one of the things that you will find with them. You know, they ask you, there's a ton of questions and answers that you have to go through in order to get your, your messenger, pushed out. So a lot of rules to follow on that. Okay, so let's have some question and answer time. Anybody have any more questions on those topics?
I had one.
Okay, Jen, go ahead.
So you were talking about the sad emojis and stuff. So even on a personal page, comping on just a friend's page, anything counts. It's not just on a business page. So anything. Okay.
Correct. It's across all of them, profiles, pages, and groups.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Okay.
I actually am with an MLM, and we have always been taught by a lot of social media strategists that business pages, content from business pages don't show up as often on the personal news feed of those who are liking them as much as content from a group will show up on a member of that group's personal feed. Is that true?
That's true again. And you said the key word member.
Yeah.
All right. So if you have, Angie McHale business group,
Yep.
and I'm not a member of that, I'm not going to. So you're not really increasing a reach. You're only showing to the small segment that you already have.
Yeah.
And
I will say that in that teaching, I've shared that with a lot of people in TTR. In that teaching, that was definitely clear that no one's going to see it if they're not a member. So part of what our daily process is to be adding people that we're meeting and networking to that group, because we know they won't see anything if they're not. But yeah, I just wasn't sure if that algorithm information I got was true.
Yes, and that is very good, because again, the groups, and even to share out of a group, if you try to do that, then in someone else's feed, it just shows up as this content is not available. Mm-hmm. Because you're not a member of that group, so nobody sees it. So right. Yeah, so sharing is kind of a moot point. Mm-hmm. To try to get it into somebody else's news feed. Yeah, a lot of misconceptions on that one. But yeah, good question. Any other ones? Okay, we're gonna move on then. So 3 more topics that we're gonna discuss. Okay, Facebook strictly prohibits using your personal profile for business. A lot of people, you say, oh, well, so I see, somebody else does it all the time and they get away with it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I tell everybody that's completely up to you. That's fine. It's just like speeding down the highway. You have some people that are doing the speed limit and you have some people that aren't. They don't always get caught, but odds are eventually there's going to be a trooper and they're going to get caught doing 85 and a 65, right? So again, I don't do it. It's okay to occasionally on your personal profile to say, hey, has everybody been over to my, Facebook page or in my group in case you missed it? This is what I talk about and this is what I do. That's fine to get them into those places. But, you should not be doing live selling product on your profile. If Facebook does not send you a restriction, they just keep lower, your reach gets lower and lower and lower. So people have asked me, they're like, hey, I used to do lives on my personal profile and I'd get, 200 people, watching, and now I have 5. And I'm like, that's how they're restricting you. They haven't actually blocked you, but they are getting your numbers so low that eventually, hopefully you'll say, I probably need a business page to do this, okay, to get those numbers back up. So that's one of the things that they do. You want to make sure that if you have been restricted, it's almost like a little black check mark that then is on your profile. So they are really, they watch. Okay. So the more often you do it, it's more check marks that you get. And eventually they'll say, okay, so you're restricted. They may give you a 3-day, a 7-day, a 10-day, 30 days, and then at some point they'll just say, they're not going to follow the rules, enough's enough. And they just actually can disable, your Facebook page group, and they can actually do that with your profile as well. So you can lose
I have a question.
business.
So I'm a realtor and I do Facebook Lives on my personal page to welcome people to the open house. So you're saying I should not do that?
You can, yeah, you're actually, okay, for that, for realtors, you're not actually, selling the home right there. You know what I mean? It's you. You can gain attention to something that you do. Like on my profile, I can post, I'm having a training class, here. Just like you can say, okay, everybody, I go live and I say, hey, everybody, in case you don't know, I'm going to have a engagement training class next week over on my Simple Solutions page. You can do that. That's very simple. But you can't say, today I'm auctioning off, banners. I'm selling this today. This is $9.95. Those types of personal profile lives are what gets you really restricted. Did that answer your question?
Yeah. So is that the same for just listed, just sold when I put on my personal page?
So that's information.
Okay.
That is saying, on my, and you want to use that to your advantage. You can say, oh my gosh, I had this wonderful, place was for sale and I closed it in, 3 days. You can do little types of hint things like that, and it's fine. Again, as long as you're not doing, right out in your face selling a product or a service. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So talking about lives, okay, lives, you can do so many things with lives, and I tell everybody it's free. Okay, use it. There's a record feature where you can actually just set it up. So you're going to go live, and it'll ask you, a couple of questions, and you can have it, like who's going to see this live. You can set that to only me. In case you didn't know, I tell everybody it's a wonderful practice tool. Some of my coaching students that, they really don't like to do lives, I tell them to use this. They do it in my groups and in our private coaching groups, and they hit that live button, and I have them do it over and over and over again. Nobody else sees it. If you do it on your profile or on your page, you can set it to only me. That way I can play it back to myself. I can make sure that this class is only going to be 1 hour long. I know if I need to trim it. I know if maybe, my lighting's not correct or the audio is not coming across clear. So there's a lot of really great practical uses for doing that. And then once you do it, if like me, I've surprised myself and everything worked out perfect. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should use that one. You can actually then go in and you can save it. You can delete it if it's, one of those, oh my God, this is horrible, just delete it. Or you can actually post it or schedule it to post. Okay, so it's a fantastic tool to get comfortable with a topic, or again, if you need to stay within a certain time frame and you want to test it a couple of times.
So Sarah, you do the live on the Facebook to you?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, they actually, there is a setting. So instead of broadcasting actually live to everybody to see, you can just click, it's over on the left-hand side, and you can just click to only me.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty, okay, one of the features that Facebook also has is the Creator Studio. And that is really come into focus, especially this last year. A lot of people have been doing more on social media than they did before. You can schedule your lives, and a quick tip is if you don't have your Instagram account linked to your Facebook, I say do it, because you can schedule your posts to go to your Instagram account at the same time. Okay, so it saves time in trying to schedule a couple of different things out. You can do it all in one place. Your studio, there's calendars available now, so you can actually go back. You can see a high performing post, and you can just copy it and schedule it for another time to repost. So
how do you link your Facebook, your Instagram to your Facebook?
okay, so in your in your settings, in your personal profile settings, there is actually, or on your page, there's actually a place where they ask, do you want to join this account? And that's something I'll be happy. I can, excuse me, I can walk you through that after class. If you need help, I'll be happy to do that. Okay.
Sarah, there was a question about whether the screen is moving, but I'm not sure who said that. I'm not sure what that was. Sorry. Somebody said, Kim asked if the shared screen is not moving. Is it still on the first slide? But it's moving on my end, so I don't know. You guys all see what you... Go
It's
ahead.
moving for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be how the refresh is set on your computer. So that
Okay.
happens sometimes. Yeah. Okay, one of the things that I always like to tell everybody is if you use content from your corporate web, and all you do is copy it and paste it, that could be viewed as spam. If anybody anywhere on Facebook has ever hit that photo as being, and they've called it a spam, it's married to that photo. So if you just copy it and paste it, then you're carrying that spam link with it. So what do you do? So I tell everybody you need to run it through one of the Photoshops, PicMonkey or Canva, any of those. Take the photo, drop it in, and that kind of cleans it. Add something of your own on there, and then when you download it as a JPEG or even an MP4, that takes the spam restriction off of it. It is now your content to use.
Sarah,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I have a question about that.
Mhm.
In my team, we share that kind of content all the time, but it's coming from, I'm copying it from a colleague's group and then scheduling it to post on mine, and the picture is copied. I also copy the post, like the words, but then after I paste them, I usually go in and change the words up a little bit, but I've never gotten in jail for that. Is that because it's within groups?
Yes, within groups, within private groups.
Okay.
And number two, if it has never been, dinged as a spam, then it's clean copy.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. So I had mentioned that to be social, you should go out on business pages and do some posting. Just be careful with that, because Facebook will detect you as being, I call it a hit and run kind of spam. So if you just go through and you post congrats on some pages all within, 5 minutes, that's all you do, same word, you just do a real quick, boom, 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 and you're gone. They detect that as a possible spammer, okay? So they'll kind of be watching what you do. The same way with happy birthday, if you like to go down your birthday list and you like to tell people happy birthday, make sure that you do something more than just happy birthday, all right? So if it's someone you know, so say for instance, it's Jennifer Johnson's birthday, I wanna make sure that I do something personal on her birthday wishes. I'll say, Jennifer, I want to wish you, the happiest of birthdays. Hope you truly enjoy your day. You need to personalize that a little more than just the happy birthday. So Facebook knows, again, that you're being social. All right. Biggest fault that I see on a lot of pages are that they post profiles and pages, website link, over and over and over. There will be a thread to, maybe it's a Facebook ladder, if anybody's familiar. And it says, okay, everybody, post up your Facebook page today, and everybody, go and like their pages. And then you'll have that one person that goes underneath and they go, oh, I just liked your page, please like mine. And they put their page again on every single post. So Facebook is going to see that as a potential spammer, because they are doing that over and over and over and over on the same post, okay? If you do that with your website, if all you do is everywhere you go, all you do is drop a website link, Facebook does not like that, okay? We're going to talk about this, you are actually taking them off Facebook. You're redirecting them, and they do not like that. Facebook wants everybody to stay and play in their sandbox. Okay, I talk about Marky Z a lot. He wants you here. He wants you on Facebook. Okay, he wants you playing on his playground. So, posting your website link, to get somebody to go somewhere else, that'll get you dinged. You'll lose reach on that, or that post may not go anywhere. You're like, I don't get any reactions. That's because you're trying to send fans to a website, to YouTube, and now Clubhouse is a big one. So if you're posting that, Facebook is saying, hey, why are you trying to take my people away from me? I want them to be here. I am not going to send your post out there and have it shown, to other people, because you're just enticing them to join something else. Okay.
Can I ask another question? I'm sorry.
No, that's what I'm here for.
I've noticed more as a consumer than as a business owner that sometimes if I click on, let's say one of my colleagues in one of these private groups posts a link to an article, and you click on that, it doesn't actually take you to Safari to see the article. It just pops up. It's still within Facebook, but it is another link. Is that their workaround? Is that how Facebook created that, so that you're not actually leaving Facebook?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So you'll just enjoy that right there. And then it's a, then you actually have to go somewhere else if you want to continue on with that article or information. And
Yeah.
they've even got fairly restrictive on those. You'll notice there's a new wave of updates coming, just to let you know. Don't shoot the messenger. That posts and information and links are now going to have a little subtitle under them, and they're going to be labeled. I think there's maybe 4 or 5 different labels coming out. So they're going to say, if they're actual true news, or if they're there's a label for it, where it's more comedy related than true news. So there's going to be, now Facebook is going to extend their reach. They're going to have a little subheader underneath that to tell you what type of content it is that you're viewing. Okay. Yes. So, like, like real news and not real news. So they're gonna have that separated with little subheaders underneath of it. So I've seen some of that come through already. It's interesting, I'll say.
Is that kind of like they can tell if you put a question mark in there, your notifications say so-and-so asked a question in such and such, or it automatically posts something as a sale, like they put it on Facebook Marketplace because something in your message made it sound like you were selling something. Is it like that?
Yes. Yes, but it won't come up as a directive. It'll just be under the post itself.
Yeah.
All right. Just like our faces, and then it has where you can have your name in. They're going to do that, and it's going to say, like, this is a news article, or this is what I want to say. Like I said, comic, and friends, and what do they call it? Family friendly content, or different ones. So they've been playing with that. So when it gets to be firm and set, then I'll have a release on that on my page for everybody to see. Okay, any more questions?
I had one, Sarah. It seems like Facebook has a hierarchy for the content of a post, whether it's text or a picture, an internal video, an external video, etc. It just feels like pictures get more traction. And is that because people like pictures, or is it because Facebook likes pictures?
It's I tell everybody we're goldfish. We have about a 5-second attention span. So when we're doing the scrolly thing, if it's a bright, shiny object, we're more apt to click on that, take notice of it, than we are with 3 paragraphs of text. Okay, so that's more where they have feedback, their algorithms and everything. So their feedback and our consumer feedback is that they want visual content. And yes, if you try to lead them off, to a YouTube or any other place, then they restrict the reach of that, because they want you to stay within their apps. That's one of the things when I do lives and I do interview chat sessions with small businesses, I always use Be Live TV, and that's because it's an approved app of Facebook. Okay, they have partnered with them. And so you're staying within the Facebook network and it gets a better reach. All right, if you use StreamYard or Zoom or some of the other ones where you're actually going out beyond Facebook and then you're bringing it to Facebook, they're saying, hey, wait a minute, why aren't you using our stuff? You know, it's like, why are you going somewhere else? You know, you need to be back in our sandbox again. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I use BeLive, and I was a beta tester for them early on when they first got it together. So I mean, I enjoy it. It's easy to use. I tell everybody it's free, and Facebook likes it. So yeah, so good choice on that one.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, so let's take a few minutes and get you totally confused. So on your personal profile, you have a messenger. Okay. On your business page, you have a messenger. Groups have no message center. Okay, on your biz pages, you have loads of options that you can use. And again, they're all free. So free, take advantage of it. And again, on your personal profile, you have no inbox. You only have where people can messenger you for a quick chat. Okay, that's what Messenger is. It's just a quick chat function. Okay, so you can create in your inbox, on your page. Okay, it's like an email for your page. You can do so many great things. You can create customer profiles. You can schedule appointments. You can take money. You can set up follow-up reminders, okay, on your business page. Create auto responses and so much more that people do not take advantage of. It's a fabulous free asset to having a business page. All right, it's probably one of the most requested classes that I have, just because there's so much involved in it. You can label, so you can label conversations or people. And for instance, for me, since I have coast to coast, I have a label for West Palm Beach people that I have a chat with. I can quickly call up all those people from my Facebook business page and just have a chat with them, okay, in my inbox. So keep in mind that Messenger is an app, okay? It's a standalone app that you can use without Facebook. You don't have to have Facebook to have Messenger. It's now available on desktop too, so you can download that and you can do quick chats on Messenger. Let's see. So on your Facebook business page, take a look, take a snoop around, you know, your inbox and see all the functions that are available for it. If you have questions, I'll be happy to answer those. But definitely there's just so much you can learn in there, learn how to use. Again, it's great for birthdays. I can put in your favorite colors. I can put in, you know, family information. It's just a wonderful free thing that you can use for your marketing to get to know your fans better. So I really, really love that function. All right, so on your profile, you can actually segment your friends and put them into particular groups. So we were talking about, okay, so realtor, okay? So if you only, say you have 4,500 friends, okay, some of those are family. Okay, they may not really be interested in what you're doing with your business. So you can actually take them, all right, on your personal profile on the left-hand side, you can scroll down and you'll see a friends list. If you click on that, it's actually going to take you to options where you can segment those friends and put them on different lists. So once you click that, okay, so okay, personal profile, my name, and then I scroll down and I click on the friends, and then I'm going to create lists. So you can see some of mine. These are my personal. I have family. I have training fans, people I've never met, people in Albuquerque, new friends for back in 2020, 2019. I have swag bag people. So I can actually market to these people from my personal profile without having it go to all 4,500 contacts that I have. I can actually segment them and just talk to them on a post. Okay, so when I create a list, scroll down here, you can create a list for anything. You know, it can be for homes in the 87120 area, you know, whatever you want to call your list. And then you can add members to that list. And then when you create a post, you can actually direct that post just to go to those people. Okay, it's a huge free marketing tool that you can use on your profile. Okay. So for instance, if I'm having a class and I want to tell all my training fans about my, you know, my training friends that are fans on my personal profile. So I'm going to create a post and I'm going to say, hey, everybody, just want to let you know, I'm having a free training. Jennifer has allowed me to do this, you know, with the TTR group, you know, et cetera. And I am going to only have that go to training fans because my family may not be interested. My swag bag people may not be interested in Facebook training. So I'm only going to have that to them. And then the reverse is true for my family. I save them from all of this. I save them. But I may have a post that's personal. Okay, I only want my family to see this. I don't want all my 4,500 people, my friends, to see this. It's very, you know, it's only something that I want to share with them. So I can do that. You know, I can let them know of, you know, maybe a family member's health or something. And I don't want everybody to know this information. So I can actually just have that comment on my personal profile go to family members. Okay.
Are those segments private? I mean, other people could not look at your friends list and see how you have segmented individuals?
No, you're only seeing it because I did a screenshot.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, those are private. They don't know. When I cut off here, let's see if I can. I actually have a restricted. Okay. But yeah, it's nobody sees it. Nobody knows what group they have been popped into.
Okay.
So yeah, it's all private to you.
Good.
Okay. All right.
Sarah, I might have missed this, but your slide there shows your name at the top with underneath the left is newsfeed, messenger, And the create a list, I can't seem to find that on my profile. How did you get to that page where you can see the create list button?
Okay, so down the side, you may have to hit see more.
So the only place that I see that list is when I'm on home.
Okay, on your home page.
Yeah. I was trying to find it from within my profile, but I don't think that's right. Oh, I'm seeing friend lists. Okay.
Yeah, see
Got
it
it.
down there? Yeah, it's kind of buried. You got to really look for it. It's one of those underused options that Facebook has. It's one of those, they don't really promote it in any way. I think it's a great tool. Like I said, I really use it. It's a great way for me to be on my profile and just talk to the people that I want to talk to without coming across to Facebook as being, salesy on my page. Okay, because I'm only talking to a certain segment, not everybody. And again, you can create those lists. You can call them, anything, that you want to, so that you'll recognize it as a list. So going back to your business page and your inbox, this is something similar that you can use your inbox for on your business page. You can segment, and on that they call it a label. So in your inbox, business page inbox, you can create labels and then drop people from your business page into those labels. Okay. And again, the friends list is a good way to keep you out of the Facebook jail and Messenger restrictions. So instead of using Messenger to try to send information to people, and they may detect that as being salesy or spam, you can use this feature, to help you out on that. Again, we're at the hour. I want to make sure that I invite everybody to my Simple Solutions page, because I'm always posting loads of free training tips, class notifications. If anybody is interested in a class, please reach out to me on anything that we've covered. My June schedule is full, so we're filling for July. So if you're interested, again, we talk about, we have a group and we just show you how to chat and engage with your fans. It's very important to learn that give and take. So if you need a little bit of help, we have, everybody loves that class because it's fun, because we actually do it to each other. And I have a contest. First person that gets me, okay, to the button to buy. All right. So you have to talk to me. You have to, it's a lot of give and take. I'll ask questions. You have to answer questions. So it's really fun. Everybody enjoys that. We have the Facebook training for your inbox. It's a whole class just on that, where we go through the whys and the what fors. We have the live and photo class. So that's really, we go through all the steps and all the options on how to be better at lives and how to use your photos to your advantage. Because even when you post a photo on Facebook, you can hover up in the upper left-hand corner and there's an edit option. And you can use that to personalize photos. You can crop them, a lot of different options. So lots of fun things we do. And again, on my page, I'm always doing the free tips. And when there's a new release, that I'm notified about. I make sure that you know and know how to use it. Okay.
Sarah,
Any questions? Go ahead.
there was a question, and I think it was back on. Okay, first of all, let me ask real quick. Your email is swag@bizinthebag.com, correct?
That is correct.
And then your website is bizinthebag. It's spelled with the Z, bizinthebag.com.
Correct.
And then you have Carla is asking, did you start out with a list or did you build them over time? Oh, I don't know.
So I'm going to assume this is the list, the segmented list on the profiles. No, I wasn't aware of it till, I took a training class on it and how to use it. So it takes a few minutes. Okay. It's one of those, you have to sit down. On my to-do list, I'm going to do this today. So, but it is well worth it. It's beneficial. And like I said, if you have 4,500 or you have maxed out at the 5,000 friends that you can have on Facebook, you're not going to sit down and just boom, boom, bang and have all that done. Do a time, I'm all into time blocking, sit down, give yourself 15 or 20 minutes. Some of them you're going to easily pick out. You can start a family folder, real quick, throw family in there. You can do interested people that fans that you've connected with that are interested in your service. You can create a segment for them, quickly throw them in. So you're going to set up some that you can do really quick, and then other ones you may have to think about and say, I'm not sure who this person is or why, they're connected with me. That's a really good hint to make sure that maybe you pop over on that person's profile, check them out, see why you're connected and start a conversation with them. They could be your next, potential client. They're there for a reason. So if you're not sure why they're there, maybe you need to go look and find out. Okay, any other questions?
Would it be on topic still to ask about ads, buying ads on Facebook?
Okay.
Or is that beyond your scope today?
All I will say about ads are that I don't use them. Everything I do is organic. I'll cover the whole umbrella. For any of my businesses, I do not do Facebook ads, nor do I boost. Either or, everything is organic. So if we flipped over quickly and, I showed you, my insights, organic or pay, everything's organic. Okay, that's part of what I teach, is that you should be able to learn to reach, which is, how many people see, and then your engagement or how many people interact with that post. So if you have, if on your insights, your reach is, for easy math, 1,000, then your engagement should be somewhere in the 20 to 30% range of that. So engagements are normally, if you're doing really good, they're going to be half. That's a great goal, but normally they're about 25%. And you want to make sure, like I said before, when you get that engagement, since it is so hard to get, make use of it. Talk, have a chat with those people. Continue the conversation on Facebook. See why they're engaging with your post. Find out more about them. Any other questions?
I had one. So we shouldn't put outside links in our posts. Can we put it in the comments?
Same difference.
So
You're
either or.
leading, yeah, you're leading people off. And Facebook, the algorithm actually detects that.
Mhm.
So yeah, so they pretty much block it. They won't send it out. You won't get any more reach with it.
So once you stop doing all these things that I've been doing wrong on Facebook, how long does it take to like get yourself? I'm not in jail or anything, but I mean, I've never gotten anything from Facebook saying I was doing anything wrong, but I can see I'm doing things wrong. How long does it take to build that back up where Facebook trusts me again?
If you really focus on it and you do, everything that you're supposed to do it correctly. If you've been doing a few things wrong, like using the word free, don't ever, I think we talked about that. Don't, just don't. You want to make sure, do everything. Don't use some of the no words. And I want to say about a month.
Okay.
Yeah, to recycle everything and get that algorithm back where it needs to be. It's not an easy thing to do, but it can be done. I tell everybody I'm living proof that it works. So yeah, and just keep up with the changes because they do happen so often.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a question. Yeah, I have 2 Facebook pages with the same name. I don't know how that happened, but can they be merged?
So you're talking about a personal profile or a business page?
I don't know. Business page, 2 business pages.
Yes, you can merge those. So you can go in your settings and it'll ask you if you want to merge the 2 pages, but just make sure that you merge the one that you care the least about, because you're gonna lose everything associated with it. They'll go together, but the one that you basically delete, that you merge in, you lose all that everything information. So if there's anything on it, copy and paste it, out onto something else.
So it's really not a merge, it's a delete.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll merge it in. Some of the content will go into the page you're putting it into, but then it's gone. It's finished. Okay, any other questions?
Oh, one more quick one if you got time. Does the external link thing apply to Eventbrite integration?
Facebook has actually been working. If you've noticed, if you do a Facebook event, where yes, so they have, they have married with Eventbrite per se, so it's more allowable than it was because they look at it as ticket sales. Okay. During 2020, Facebook actually allowed you to, they didn't charge you for event tickets. They didn't take their 5% off the top, okay, of your tickets. They waived all those fees. So part of that was, they helped businesses by allowing Eventbrite to be a part of their ticketing process. They just see it, as a win. The more you advertise a Facebook event on Eventbrite, the better off. Just like, pretty much this one, they just see it as a plus. If you use Eventbrite and get the word out there, there's going to be a Facebook training. They're like, woohoo, yay for us. More people in our sandbox. So.
Can
Thank
you
you.
download a friends list?
Technically, no. There's always a way to do everything. But no, because it's viewed as private information. Okay, even a friends list, you know, downloading it. There are ways to get information, and you can in a roundabout way do it, but technically, no, you're not supposed to.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. And I always tell everybody, the harder it is to do, they're telling you you're not supposed to be there doing it. So.
Well, thank you, Sarah, very much. If you've got questions, I will try to get this. I am actually just making sure I'm saving it. And I will send it out. It may not get to you today because I always try to do everything too fast and then I screw up the stuff I send out. So you'll want to do that today. So if you've got questions, you know where you can find Sarah, but you can also expect that you're going to get yep, there you go. So
I'll be
just
home about 4:30 or 5.
let me know or reach out to Sarah, and keep your eyes on TTR Networking and Eventbrite.
Right.
I know a few of you I don't know. And that way you are finding us other ways. So that's good. So I appreciate everybody being here. And Sarah, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you don't, Sarah's in New Mexico, so she's joining us from even a different time zone. What time is it? It's like, is it 2 hours difference?
2 hours difference here. Yeah, we're on Mountain Time.
So, okay, is it 2 or is it 3? Mountain Time. Okay. I just set up a meeting for a Mountain Time thing. Okay. Anyway, think I screwed that up. Thank God, Sarah set me straight. All right.
And Carla is, I believe Carla's on Pacific Time. Is that correct, Carla? No, you're not. You're on Mountain? Okay. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
we're really happy that you're here. Thank you, everybody, very much. And I hope you will reach out and keep your eyes out for more, but definitely get with Sarah. Thank you very much. Great seeing everybody. Nice meeting new people. All you all are fine too. So thank you.
All right. Thanks everybody for being here.
Thank you.
Sarah.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.